Today I'm going to be teaching you how to win every penalty shootout. Now there is 3 parts to penalties. The first is to score as many as you can. The second is to save as many as you can. And the third part is the most important. So stick around the end to learn the most important thing about taking penalties. Now let's jump straight into how to take these penalties. Now the system has completely changed since last year. It is a lot more simpler. However, you've got less control of the shot. This year there is a circle around the ball that goes from big to small, and the aim is to press shoot when the circle is at its smallest. The smaller the circle, the more accurate the shot is. If you do it even the slightest bit late, it will be the big circle and you will 100% miss the penalty. The best way to practice these penalties is in the skill games section. After taking about 10, you'll get used to it and time it perfectly every time. To aim your penalty, use your left stick and hold it in the direction you want to shoot. If you go left or right, stop holding the direction when your controller vibrates. To get a top corner finish, the game takes into consideration the power you put in, the timing of the penalty, and the rating your penalty taker has. For that perfect top corner finish, select a player with the highest penalty rating, mixed in with great finishing, composure, and shot power. After selecting your player, you need to input the power. I suggest doing just under full power. Little extra tip here, if you do full power, it will miss the goal. Last year, I used to win so many penalty shootouts by saving so many penalties, but with all the changes this year, all the penalty shootouts I win is because I score every single penalty, so make sure to practice them. Now let's move on to saving penalties. Firstly, let's look at the controls. You can move your goalkeeper with the left stick and point the right stick in the direction you want to dive. Last year I had a technique that absolutely dominated. I stepped to one side and dived the other way. This meant that I would save every penalty down the middle and every penalty to the side that they kicked it. However, do not use it this year. It is way too consistent and I have found it basically useless. Last year we also had the head movement and you could tell which way the person was looking before the penalty. Now that is still here. However, with the changes to taking penalties, most people that you come up against will be selecting the direction they take during the run-up. So if they're moving their head pre-penalty, this is all just to try get into your head. I studied the animations of taking penalties for ages, and there was no difference in the run-ups until this frame right here. The one on the left is the shot to the left, the one on the right is the shot to the right. As you can see here, the left foot is in a completely different spot. Now I tried using this information so I wasn't just guessing penalties but could see which way they were going, and look, I found it to be 50-50. Sometimes I'd make the save, but sometimes my reactions just weren't good enough. You need really good reactions to do this, and if they put it perfectly top corner, your goalkeeper just won't make it. When I'm feeling good though, I can usually make a couple saves like this. However, I suggest you try it out in the training mode, and if it works for you, put it into your game because it would be a game changer. I will say this year that being in goals is really tough. They have made it a lot harder this year. But a little bonus tip, if you come up against someone that is really good at taking penalties, if you want to dive to the left, take a step to the left, then dive to the left. No matter where they put it on the left-hand side, you will save it. However, it does give away which way you're diving, just that split second before they take the penalty. Now it's time for the final part, and I'm telling you that this is the biggest thing when it comes to penalties, and hardly any people talk about it, which just amazes me. And this big thing that I've been talking about the whole time is confidence. I see so many people going to a penalty shootout with a lack of confidence, and really, it just brings out really bad penalties. When you step up to take the pen, pick where you want to shoot and be confident in it. Get the right power, time it perfectly, and it will go in. It is exactly the same with saving them. Pick the side that you want to dive before he takes the penalty and make sure to time the dive at the right time. If you do these things and you are completely confident in yourself in taking penalties and you know that you're going to win, you will win every penalty shootout that you're a part of. Now, if you want to see my penalties in action, click this video above. It was an absolute banger.